everyone. It is time. It is time for yet another weekly roundup. That's all I got. This lighting makes my hair look really greasy. I don't know. I'm filming this really early. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, which is, well, it's not early for me. I usually get up at like 6:37, but it's early for me to film. So I guess the lighting is just all like, nah fam, not today. I don't know. I haven't even finished my coffee yet, so like, y'all are in trouble. Actually, I made a really gross coffee this morning. My brother-in-law got me this subscription for Christmas that like new coffees from like local roasteries show up every month. And for the most part, dynamite, clutch, love it. The one I had today, which I don't even remember now, was not good. So this is technically my second coffee, but the only one I've actually drank. But have no fear, the weekly roundup is here. So I posted 3 videos this week, starting with last Sunday, which was, of course, the last weekly update, in which I almost got run over. So, of course, there's that. Monday, I posted the Kaveco Sport Iridescent Pearl, which is this beauty right here. And I basically just gushed about it. So if you haven't watched it yet, do so. This is beautiful material. I mean, I have a Kaveco problem. I understand this. I have particularly a sport problem. I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I absolutely dig it. And I have far too many. I think I have 14 or 15 of them now. But there's just something so stunning about this. And I love it, and I highly recommend it. And you guys seem to like it pretty much too. There's the odd comment that basically any Kaveco would get, because their QC is not always the greatest. But I did slightly modify this beautiful right there. And I highly recommend it. You guys seem to really like that video, so thanks for that. And then on Friday, I posted a unboxing video. I got lots of goodies from Wonder Pens, which is my local Toronto store. That video did pretty average, which is cool. I bought a bunch of TWSBI products and an ink bottle. I know. I don't know. So yeah, there's definitely lots of good stuff to watch in there. Somebody thought I was wearing, was questioning what sweater I was wearing. I was wearing a Roots sweater, which is a Canadian company. It's got a beaver on the front. Sorry, I have to move that. I know it's going to cause a lot of trouble. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's a Canadian company, Canadian clothing company, used to sponsor all of the Canadian Olympic wear, but then they sold that, and now Lululemon does it. And since Lululemon took over, all of the Olympic clothing has been god awful ugly. Just saying. But anywho, so that was what I posted last week. Upcoming next week, Monday, you will have a video on the TWSBI pipe. I made a gigantic mess of myself attempting to use that. I had some interesting trials and tribulations. I actually filmed 2 separate videos. I think I'm going to do one on Monday and one on Tuesday, because the concept of them is the exact same, but they're 2 different types of filling with them. And I made a mess both times. So I think I'm going to post that Monday and Tuesday. So you're going to get this today, a TWSBI pipe video on Monday, and the alternative TWSBI pipe video on Tuesday. And then on Friday, that is my up for grabs video. It is likely going to be a paper review, but I like to leave Fridays up for grabs based on comments, questions, concerns, what I feel like, that kind of stuff. I did post a poll for my Patreons on what pen they wanted me to buy. I gave them a bunch of options, and I did just receive one of the pens. I purchased two. So I just received one of them yesterday. I did film an unboxing first impression of that. That, because it was a Patreon thing, I'm only going to post for Patreon folks. But after probably a week or two of that video being live just for them, I will open it up for everyone as well. And of course, the review for the actual pen, like the proper review, will be for everyone. So yeah, if you haven't already checked out the Patreon, check it out. I just wrote about an experience that I had this week, which I will now tell you all about. And that is, this video was not supposed to come up today. No, it was not. Not until super late. No, because I was supposed to be at my cottage right now. Yeah. I work retail, and getting 2 days off in a row is like winning the lottery while being gifted a car, while being told that you're never going to die and you're just going to be perfectly healthy for the rest of your life. It never happens. It sucks. I hate it. Having 2 days off in a row is the only time you ever feel refreshed. But regardless, so I drove up to my cottage on Friday. It's about 2.25 hours north-ish from me. And I got there and went inside. The alarm was going off. No big deal. It always goes off. So normally you just punch in your code and you're good to go. Not this time. I could not get that alarm to go off. So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to flip the breaker and I'm going to turn it off that way, restart the whole thing. So then I walk into my living room. There are pop cans everywhere. Everywhere. Which means that the liquid inside said pop cans. And when I say pop cans, I don't mean like sugary stuff. I mean like Perrier. So it's just carbonated water. There's no actual sugars in here. So it's not that bad. It's not like the floor gets sticky. It's just that there would have been water everywhere, but it obviously happened a long time ago and it had all evaporated, which was scary because that means that the power went out, which meant that the cottage got cold enough to potentially freeze the pipes. So I go down into the basement and I look, everything looks normal. So I'm thinking, oh, thank you. I can deal with the alarm. I can clean up those cans. But if a pipe had burst, I would have been screwed. So I go in there and I'm turning on the pipes, water starting to flow, and I'm thinking, excellent. I'm not hearing any concerning noises. Love it. Get to the last thing, because we always shut the water off so that if a pipe were to burst, it doesn't actually cause any like crazy damage. And we do have a sub pump, so even if that did, it would get drained out. But anyways, so we start like left to right essentially. So like the less severe to the most, so that the last one we do is the actual water tank. Yeah, she leaked everywhere. There was a huge crack. The whole thing just went. Yeah. So I turn everything back off, called the pump shop. They don't have the things. They can't get in until midweek. So I turned around and came home. That was fun. No, it wasn't. So basically, yeah, I just came home and I've been home this weekend because without water and power to half of my cottage, I was like, there's no point in staying. There really isn't. I'm about to sneeze. came home. And that was it. So, oh yeah, you like that bruise? I had my yearly blood work done, and I bruised like a peach. That was another thing I got done this week. That was on Monday. So it's been a busy week, guys. It has been a busy, busy week. I had to follow up with my doctor on Wednesday about it. Got the results pretty much that I expected to get. Everything pretty much is a-okay. One of the values is a little bit squirrely, but that has been pretty consistent. Nothing that I'm in like immediate danger or anything like that. So just something to keep in the back of your mind. If you haven't been to a doctor in a long time, I highly suggest that you do. I don't know how it works in the US, but in Canada, it's free. Just get a blood work done, get a complete, CBC panel. Just once a year, watch your values go up and down. But yeah, what is very interesting is now that like I've been wearing the Apple Watch since it came out. Like I just have. What's really interesting is that since I've been like trying to eat a little bit healthier, move a little bit more, just stop treating my body like a, trash can, that I have been since COVID started, like everybody, I'm sure. My resting heart rate has dropped, right? Because I'm, again, treating my body better, doing a little bit more cardio, all the things. But what's really interesting now is now I can tell when I'm super stressed out, because my resting heart rate is within the last month and a half, 2 months, has been in the like high 50s, low 60s. And like on Friday, when all that stuff went down, super stressed out, super cheesed, whatever, my resting heart rate for that day was 67. Which is still like not bad or anything like that. It's almost like, it's like 8 beats higher than where it normally sits. So it's crazy what stress will do to your body, man. I'm trying really hard to manage stress and anxiety, and sometimes I win and sometimes I don't. Like when I was coming home on that Friday, I kept trying to tell myself like, look, it's unfortunate, but it's life. Stuff happens. Let it go. It's not that bad in the grand scheme of things. You'll get it fixed. You can move on. Like the Stoics would tell me, be glad that you were the one to find it, because if your dad had gone up and he had to deal with that, like, he's just been through so much with his surgery. So like, be happy, be grateful that you were the one to have to deal with that, because you can handle it a lot better than he can right now. So it's like stuff like that I'm trying to tell myself. And it's hard. It is very hard. But I would say, every time you do it, it's like practice. You get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. So that's what I've been trying to do. So that's been my week. Next week, I'm also going to film the monthly update, talking about the main pen and ink combo that I used, plus any books that I may or may not have read. Spoiler, I did not read many. Also, just totally random. Yeah. I just hit the camera. So yeah, there's been a lot going on this week, but yeah, so I'm going to do the monthly update. There's going to be lots of stuff next week, lots and lots of stuff. Every week I talk about that pen sale and the giveaways for the Patreon folks. I promise you they are all coming. I purposefully delayed the pen sale because I'm actually going to add a couple pens to it. Purely because I want to drop the total amount of pens I actually have in my active collection. So I'm going to actually add more pens to that. And yeah, that's about it. So I've been chatting for 15 minutes already. Let me know, guys, what do you want to see more out of this weekly update? If you're still watching 15 minutes into where I'm talking now, then you're the people that actually watch my stuff. So what do you want to see out of the weekly updates? So far, the general format that I follow is what happened last week with videos, what's coming up next week with videos, and then just kind of random stuff that's happened throughout the week. But is there any like content specific things you want to see? Do you want me to change the formula? Sometimes I'm outside walking, sometimes I'm sitting the whole time like this. I don't know. General feedback would be much appreciated. If you're still watching this far in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, check out the Patreon, the Discord, all of the things. And I'll see you guys plenty of times next week. Bye. All right, my beautiful patrons, thank you all for your support. If you have recently supported me as a VIP patron or above and don't see your name, don't fear. This was recorded February 26th, so it will be there as soon as I can get it updated. So we have our ultimate human is Daniel Roddy. And for my VIP fans, we've got Elizabeth, Glenn Kelly, Joan Worthman, Brian Hunter, Aaron C., Luna Wolf Games, Bobby A. Bailey, Stuart Riley, Ute Cruiser, Victor Portugal, Bass, Weilei Chang, Brian La, Lucas Bell, Aubrey Madcore, Marissa Calvo, Eric Lineman, Jessica Chow, Stephen Baldwin, Carol Lowry, Michael Simon, Sean Sturdy, Susan Barrier, Catherine Molina, Robert Myers, Bianca Andrews, Bill Pemberton, Jennifer Galfie, Karen Epstein, Lucy Peralta, Gretchen Peters, and digitaltent.tech. For those who are not VIP tier or above, it does not matter. I still appreciate that you're here and that you make all of the difference. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.